It was literally the same. It's literally the same thing, same jar. Don't go blaming me, sir. How you doing, Mr. Allen? You was talking when I. I mean, you can go to direct. Yeah, you can go directly to our YouTube. Also, if they're a part of like the RoboCop, I sent it out earlier.
So it's a part of the, like, if they go to YouTube, they just put Prairie View City Hall.
And it should be.
Okay.
It should pop up because we're live right now.
Yeah. So no, they say it's live right now on YouTube.
Huh? No. I mean, I can see them. You can see them. Yeah, live. Like after it's posted, they no longer show.
The time is now 6 o'clock p.m. The City Council of the City of Prairie View will now come to order for a regular City Council meeting. Ms. Jeffrey, can you please certify the quorum?
Councilwoman Manuel,
Present.
Councilwoman Reed,
Present.
Councilman James,
Present.
Councilwoman Williams, Councilman Doucette.
Present.
Thank you. A quorum is present.
Thank you. We will now go to the invocation. Today for our invocation, we have Mr. Joshua Lott.
Mayor,
Councilor Doucette.
it is my pleasure to introduce Joshua Lott, who is an outstanding student leader at Prairie View A&M University and resident in our community. Joshua Lott serves as the Student Government Association Senator of External Affairs. He is also the co-founder of Project 1876, an initiative dedicated to fostering leadership, civic engagement, and doing community service in the city of Prairie View. He's demonstrated a strong commitment to serving both the university and the broader Prairie View community. So I just wanted the community to join us in welcoming Joshua Lott to do the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Joshua Lott. You're welcome to come and give the invocation.
May everyone please stand. Lord, we just come to you today giving thanks to everyone represented here in this room today. We ask that you go before us and bless the meeting. Lord, we also ask that you word the mouths and guide the thoughts of the council members. And per the conclusion of the meeting, we ask that you will grant us safe traveling grace to our various destinations. And in Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. We will now go to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We will now move to the public comment section of our agenda. Members of the public are invited to make a comment before council. Council cannot respond to those comments, however, can direct those comments to be answered by the administration or put on a future agenda item. We will now move to the public comments. The first public comment I have is Ms. Fan. Oh, sorry. Before that, Detective Mendiola, please come give your spill.
Hello, my name is Detective Sergeant Mendiola with the Prairie View Police Department. Just want to give everyone just a heads up, make sure you put your phones on vibrate. If you have to take a phone call, we ask that you please take it. If so, outside of the building, just because it echoes in here really bad. Please, no shout outs, no issues. If there's anything, if they ask you to leave, we ask that you please leave civilly, and let's just have a good city council meeting. But also, Chief White has an announcement to make as well.
Yep, thank you. Oh, is the president? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Thank you. Really quickly, before we go to our public comments, we do have a presentation by the police department. I'll turn it over to Miss Chief White.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, citizens of Prairie View. Every now and then, we have a couple of our officers that kind of stand out. And this evening, we have one gentleman, I've been getting phone calls from him in reference to him from several citizens. This is probably his fourth call. Matter of fact, I got one this evening from him, that he was out in the rain changing this young lady's tire. A couple of weeks ago, I received some where he was dealing with some more ladies. And so he's been doing us an outstanding job. Outstanding job. He's been working in our court system. He's been working as our bailiff, and he's just an outstanding officer. Cherie Holmes, like you step up front, sir. I would like to read this to him. Officer Holmes, presented for the exceptional warrant enforcement efforts resulting in numerous warrant arrests and the recovery of substantial outstanding fines and court-ordered monies. These actions significantly advance justice, accountability, and public safety. Distinguished Service Award. This officer here, he has recovered almost $100,000 from the court system. And he's basically done this by himself. He's basically done this by himself. And like I said, I've gotten several calls from him, and he's just been, I mean, just outstanding. And when I first met him, it was probably maybe about 2 years ago. He tried to get on with us for about a year, and the timing just wasn't right for him. And he kept calling me back. He said, Chief, I want to get on with you. And so something fell into place, and I was able to bring him on. And since that time, he has just did well for the city and for the police department. So come down, take shit.
You can't leave.
All right, thank you all for your time. Thanks for your time.
Yes, thank you, Chief, for that. I also want to say that Officer Holmes gave a fantastic, phenomenal presentation at the Municipal Day. We'll be partnered with the Prairie View A&M University for a law and debate camp, and he basically took over the reins and just basically kind of explained what does a court bailiff do, what does the police department does, how do they interact with the court. So it was really engaging. He also talked to the kids and just really talked to them about just different life things. And one of the favorite parts that I've gotten back hearing from that group was talking with Officer Holmes. So I appreciate you. Thank you for your service to our community, sir.
I just want to say, I was in there with the mayor when he was conducting his speech. Those little kids threw him some good questions, y'all, and he came right back with them. It was great. They were about, what, 8?
Yeah, eight.
Yeah, they were
that was
like
a little
8.
kids group, little group too. Yeah. All right, so we will now move on to our agenda. We will start with Miss Fawn. How are you doing today? Just make sure you push the button. Push the button. There you go.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and the council members. And my name is Hua Fan, and I am from the university. I'm a librarian and also a PhD student in the educational leadership, and I'm a new member here, new citizen here in the city. And as far as I participated in these city meetings all the time in the past semesters, I have some principles and theories to share with the leaders. When we select a leader, especially like a city manager, think about the candidate's competence and work ethics. And it is for the city, it is not for me, okay? And so we want it to be transparent on the process, and it should be merit-based, and it should be have some data-based. Even if this person is not your type or you don't like this person, it's not for you, it's for the city. Choose the right person for this city. Anyway, the city won't exist if there is no university. So I'm here to bridge the university and the city. Here, I collected all the stories and following our legend, Miss Marie Herden. And then with the 150 years anniversary for the university, the library and the computer science departments created a very good documentary short film. And then I called My Story, and Marie Herden grew up here, was born here, and I want to share her story and her dreams about the past, that we do have a very nice city when she grew up in the 1950s. So I want to restore the kind of glory that she remembered. So please come to this movie, and also let's work together and make the city awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fawn. We will now move to Ms. Marie Herndon.
That was not designed to I didn't know she was going to say that.
How are you doing today, Mel?
Good, thank you. Before my 2 minutes start, I want to get a couple of things out of the way. Regarding the police department, I want to commend them on the community policing. When Lee Van Richardson does his yearly fish fry.
Fish fry, yes.
Well, they not only patrolled, they got out and joined the fish fry. And this is what our community needs to see. This is what children need to see. They need to know that the police do more than eat donuts and throw people up against the wall. So, knowing our department certainly does a lot more than that. So I really appreciate them for doing that. And I also want to commend Councilwoman Williams for supporting and sponsoring an active shooter meeting. Those of you who didn't make it, you missed out on it. Sergeant Stephen Woodard, wasn't it? Sergeant Stephen Woodard did an excellent job, and hopefully he'll be back here in December. So if you missed it, when everyone left there, they felt they were more in control of their own safety in case of a shooting incident or anything like that. And they were in control of being able to help someone else. So now I'll get down to the nitty-gritty. So now you can start my 3 minutes. Following our May 2nd, 2026 municipal election, our residents seem to have a welcoming sense of better days ahead. No more putting and keeping our city, community, and residents at the end of the pecking order instead of first. No more appearing to line the pockets of your friends and relatives rather than, when it comes to hiring, rather than hiring people who are qualified to do the job. No more power grabbing. And we do have a city charter, which is our constitution, that we run this city by. It's our roadmap, and we've got to follow it. We had this roadmap because the voters, the residents, voted to change our original charter, which was a strong mayor city council charter. The reason we changed it is because we had a mayor who was a narcissist bully. And he made things miserable for everyone here in the city, and that's not how we want our city. We want our city to move forward and be productive. So based on concerns, we changed that charter. And we've got to run by that charter. We've got to run the city by that charter. And we've got to depend on our city leaders. Now, borrowing from Farrah Gray, not a relative, and President Obama, leadership is not about titles, power, or standing above others. Leadership is about being authentic, relentless work ethic, overcoming your perception of your power, working with and for empowering our community. Work with us to move this city forward. Everything you say or do should be representative of working with and for us to move the city forward. Our city charter is a foundational legal document that functions as our city's constitution, as I said. Our charter, is on our city website. If you haven't seen it, pull it up and please read it so you'll know what our city leaders are supposed to be doing.
Ms. Herndon, your time's up. Council, can I ask for?
Ms. Herndon an additional 2 minutes.
It's been properly moved. It's been probably moved and seconded that Ms. Herndon gets an additional 2 minutes. Is there any readiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed have the same right. Ms. Herndon, you have additional 2 minutes.
Thank you. Together, we will continue to build and grow the city of Purview with these words, and you know how I love to quote my president, Barack Obama, with the 3 words that will ring throughout Waller County, Texas, and the U.S. Yes, we can. We can make this work. We can work together. We can follow the city charter. We shall overcome all obstacles placed in our path to prevent our city and community from progressing. I did pass out a copy of the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem's duties. I think everybody else knows what they are. And there are consequences if you work outside your scope of duty per our charter. I also passed that out. So thank you for listening, and again, thank you to our police department and to Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Herndon. We will now move on to our next agenda, next public comment. We will now go to Mr. David Allen.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Evening.
I think we've kind of gotten off track a little bit, and I wanted to try to bring us back. I'm really proud of council and seeing some of the things that you all have on there that fall under your control in the operation of the city. But I think that we've kind of forgotten roughly, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, Mayor, if you recall, the walkouts that you had to do, along with Councilwoman Williams, were to stop the hiring of unqualified individuals. That was the purpose of the walkouts. Mayor Leverett was trying to hire some of his friends that didn't have prior experience in certain positions, and that was the only way to stop it at the time, because he would have broken the tie and what have you. And I say that to say, when you look at council having not approved the position and you go create a title, you can't do that. Only council creates positions and sets salaries, and they do that during the budget season. Anything outside of that pulls us out of compliance with state law, and that's not good for any of us. The other point is, in setting meeting times, we've never had them at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday while people are working. Even one of your council women work outside the city and what have you, and has to rush back to get them. But it is city council's responsibility to set the time for those, okay? Also, I want to bring to your attention real quickly, Mayor Pro Tem Doucette, you mentioned and you brought into confirmation with the interim city attorney that the municipal judge's term had expired, which is true. But the Texas Constitution has a process, and only city council can remove the judge. And until they do,
That's right.
after mayor appoints, that person stays in office. That didn't happen.
Council, hold on, Mr. David. Council, please do not respond while the member is speaking. Mr. Allen, you will have an additional 20 seconds. Council, please refrain from commenting while the speaker is speaking.
Thank you, sir. But when you don't follow the process, right now, we're subject to potential legal liability, and I gave that to you in your packet. It's in the Texas Constitution that municipal judges are governed separately, and they are to stay in seat on bench until council accepts a recommendation appointment from the mayor and confirms that person. So right now, we're caught between a potential EEOC, because we definitely have age, but we also have not following the city charter and the Texas Constitution in dealing with the judge who we just heard, officer brought in $100,000. The judge set up all those programs in municipal court. And Mr. Jones can attest to that as well as myself. She built that court.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Your time has expired.
I'd like to give additional 2 more minutes.
It's been properly moved that Mr. Allen gets an additional 2 minutes. Is there a second?
Second the motion.
Properly moved in second. Is there any readiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Mr. Allen, 2 more minutes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So when we look at an employee who'd worked for the city for 18 years, 15 years as judge, and I can truly say I've watched what she did over there because I made that appointment that was confirmed by the city council at the time. She built this. She helped us through emergency management situations. She helped us through Hurricane Harvey with all that incredible paperwork. So to be escorted out, also in violation of state law, because the mayor under our charter has no authority to direct employees, much less police officers, to escort out a sitting municipal court judge. How that looks, you'll never understand what I'm speaking of. But in bringing in, as I recall, and having volunteered over at Creekside, the mayor, Colin Johnson, who you brought in as code enforcement, the young lady who you're looking to try to bring in as municipal court judge, all of y'all were apartment mates over at Creekside just a few short years ago. That's not experience. We have a city to run. I know we're a small city, but we operate under the same laws as Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and we need people in there, just like you all are learning, we need to bring people in who have experience in what jobs we need done in the city. And I was a student, and I wasn't qualified then, and I couldn't have been mayor back then. But we have to look at all those things as you make those decisions, please, because we're counting on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. We will now go to Mr. Carl Adams.
Also, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor Alexander, Mayor Pro Tem Doucette, and members of council. My name is Carl Adams, and I am the founder of Legacy Grid AI, an engineering and consulting firm specializing in responsible AI infrastructure, data center strategy, and workforce development. Our EDC certified standard, which stands for Efficient Data Center, is our framework for ensuring that AI infrastructure projects are built safely, efficiently, and with measurable community benefit. Our mission is simple: to make sure HBCUs, students, cities, local communities are not cut out of the AI infrastructure economy. I'm here tonight because this is not a future issue. AI infrastructure is here in Waller County. I've personally been to the server farm data center. It's state-of-the-art, water-cooled, professionally operated, quiet. There are already 2 server farm sites in Waller County. That means that Prairie View, PVAMU are not waiting for the AI economy to arrive. It is already around us. The question is, will Prairie View and PVAMU help lead this growth, or will we watch it happen nearby without local strategy? Just last week in Nashville, Metro Council moved forward with a moratorium on new data centers after a developer approached a community asset without a clear governance framework. Prairie View does not have to learn that lesson the hard way. With the new mayor being a PVAMU graduate, Prairie View has a rare and historic opportunity to align the city, the university, Waller County, responsible infrastructure partners around one shared vision, turning PVAMU into a technology powerhouse and showing the rest of the county how safe, efficient, community-centered data centers should be built. This is not just about putting a data center at PVAMU. This is about creating an economic engine that benefits the city, the university, the students, the residents, Waller County, through workforce pathways, student internships, compute access, infrastructure investment, and long-term public benefit built into the deal structure from day one. Second, I might need a little extra time. At Legacy Grid AI, our model is built around 4 pillars. The first pillar is advanced cooling and efficient infrastructure, so you're not using water. Making sure data centers are quiet, safe, modern, and responsibly designed. The second pillar, and this one's most important, the second pillar is our battery storage and grid reliance, using energy storage to support reliability, reduce pressure on the grid, and create backup capacity that the city can benefit from, both projects and the community. The third pillar is thermal energy recovery, looking at how waste heat from data centers can be reused instead of wasted. And the fourth pillar is the community benefit and institutional participation, making sure PVAMU and Prairie View are not passive bystanders, but active participants through workforce training, student opportunity, compute access,
Sir,
transparency.
your time is up. Council, is there a
Mayor.
Councilman Doucette.
I move to give Mr. Adams an additional 2 more minutes.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second? It's been properly moved in second. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. 2 more minutes, Mr. Adams.
Thank you, sir. Tonight's agenda already shows that Prairie View is thinking about major infrastructure, including water system improvements and grant funding. This is exactly why this conversation matters now. Water, power, land, fiber, roads, workforce, governance are the foundation of AI infrastructure economy. PVAMU should not simply be near data centers. PVAMU should become one of the national leaders in AI education, data center workforce training, compute access, and responsible infrastructure partnerships. My request is simple. I am asking that the city consider placing a future agenda item for a formal presentation or workshop on a Prairie View and PVAMU AI infrastructure readiness strategy. That workshop should bring together the city, PVAMU, Waller County, utilities, workforce partners, economic development leaders, and responsible data center partners to explore how Prairie View can lead the opportunity instead of reacting to it later. Waller County has the opportunity to become one of the fastest growing AI infrastructure regions in America, but Prairie View and PVAMU should be at the center of that growth, not on the sidelines. Prairie View should help define what responsible growth looks like. PVAMU should help define what AI education looks like. And together, the city and the university can show the world how it's done. Thank you.
We'll now go to Mr. John Spence.
Mayor Alexander, City Council members, citizens of Prairie View, John Spees with San Bernard Electric Cooperative. Just want to bring greetings from the San Bernard Electric Cooperative and thank the members of from our cooperative who came to our annual membership meeting back in May and participated in the election of board of directors. I know one of the citizens of Prairie View ran for a board seat. Unfortunately, she was not elected, but understand there was a high turnout of citizens from Prairie View that came, and we thank everyone for coming and participating in their electric cooperative. San Bernard Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electric distribution cooperative that covers 8 counties, in portions of 8 counties in Texas here, and we serve over 40,000 meters. Of course, Waller County is growing.
We know that the recent census shows that it's the second fastest growing county in the United States and the fastest growing in Texas. And there's a lot of load coming to this area. And Prairie View is right in that path of a lot of load coming, into the 290 corridor area. And San Bernard, in our territory, we stand ready to meet the challenges of all that new load. OIH is a perfect example. We started working with them when they were looking at the property and were assessing what the power capacity was in there and working with them to meet their future needs. And so anytime that San Bernard can answer any questions about the cooperative and be of assistance, please reach out to us. So thank you.
Thank you.
We will now go to Mr. J.J. Johnson.
Good evening to the mayor, city council members, and all the residents here. What I need from the council is I've already started the budget process, but I need you all to get back with the acting city manager for workshops starting next week. And I'd like to have one between the 20th and the 24th, and then the following week with mayor and council between the 27th and 31st. So if y'all can get with the city manager and decide on a date and time for each of those weeks. I will be meeting with the department heads this week, starting the budget. That's it.
Sounds good. Thank you, JJ. We will now go to Councilmember Barbara Manuel. This is the last one.
Well, I have one too.
I don't see yours.
I think we all want to say something.
Okay. Well, Councilmember Manuel, you got the floor.
And
he
Risha will
wants us
say
to go
something,
in
I'll
order.
say something.
I'm not going on the floor. I'm speaking from here.
Okay, then this is citizens' comments, so we're gonna.
This is council comments.
Okay, we have council
to the
reports for that.
citizens.
We have council reports for that, but if you're gonna speak
gotta
during
say what we're
citizens'
gonna say.
comments,
Well,
you have to
we're
go to the microphone and address the council.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stay up here.
We're
Okay.
addressing the citizens.
Okay,
She's
but
addressing it right. She's addressing it right there from the podium. She can do that.
Special Counsel Ghetto,
Go, Mark. Go, Bum.
Councilmember Ghetto. I mean, sorry, Special Counsel Ghetto. Do you?
It sounds like they want to make comments now. It seems more appropriate for this to happen during the reports, but I think that's going to be later this evening. Were there comment cards submitted?
I have a comment card.
It's the equivalent to a comment card coming from the council to the citizens.
And so it seems appropriate for them to make their comments from where they're sitting.
With the comment card. With a comment card, they don't have to go to the.
Not as a legal matter.
Okay. So it's a presiding matter, correct? Okay, so at the quorum, I'm going to follow the quorum. Council, if you would like to speak, you can come to the thing. Otherwise, you can wait till your report and address how long you want. But if you're going to give a citizen's comment, just like every other citizen, I'm going to ask you to come to the microphone. However, you will have opportunity in your report to speak as long as you want to the community.
Okay, so
during your-
let's compromise and
during
make
your
me
report.
sure I understand what you're saying. So you're saying if we wait until the report, then each one of us get to give the citizen a report at that time. Is that what you're saying?
So I did include council reports beginning this agenda, so council can begin to speak and give updates to the community on whatever matter they would like. So you will have a speaking opportunity to speak for an unlimited amount of time to the community about updates, about to address things.
Can you point out where it is on here? Because I can't see it.
Council reports.
Okay, number 3. Okay.
Council reports. So council reports is on the agenda where y'all
The
can,
last page.
and y'all
Fine, I
have the
can wait.
opportunity to speak to the community, do whatever you would like during that time.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Councilmember Brown, do you still wish to speak during citizens' comments? Okay, Councilmember James, do you still wish to speak during citizens' comments?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you please go to the dais?
Never in my political
Please
career,
make your comments towards the council.
never in my political career have I encountered such an arrogant display of abuse and behavior contrary to the charter by the mayor, ignoring separation of power. My being threatened and bullied by the mayor simply because I would not vote the way he wanted is unacceptable. Threatening an elected official with physical violence is against the law and punishable by laws and is an enhanced punishment for terroristic threats of violence against an elected official. The city charter does not allow the mayor to create positions or hire unqualified friends. City council should undo all unauthorized hirings by the mayor. Members of the governing body should be allowed to place items of his or her choosing prior to the meeting, and that is by the Attorney General, OPNOS JM 63196, 1963. And I have repeatedly been not allowed to place my agenda items on the agenda, especially the honoring and adherence to the residency requirements to be able to run and be elected for mayor ordinance I would like on the agenda. The charter requires that to be elected to office as mayor, you have to fulfill residency requirements to be legally elected to office, and if not done, criminal penalties and forfeiture of office is applicable. The mayor has no right to circumvent the separation of powers and ignoring the wishes and directives of the city council. My objective is to create public awareness of the abuse of power by the mayor, refusal to follow the City of Prairie View City Charter, and by the mayor's attempts to circumvent the city charter. Another example of abuse of power is your attempt to remove me from the Parks and Rec as punishment for not voting the way you wanted me to vote and to intimidate and bully me. And I will not be intimidated or bullied. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember James. Okay, Councilmember Manuel.
Good afternoon. I'm here speaking in reference to the mayor, how he treated me when I came in to a meeting. And I am qualified to come and sit in the meeting because I am a city council, and that's part of my duty. If you don't know it, then you can look it up. You came in and you had gotten me out of a meeting. You told me to either go across the hallway or either leave. So when I left out the building, you followed me out the building and you harassed me. And now you want to say that you called me and I don't want to talk to you. No, I do not want to talk to you without someone else being present because I don't like your attitude. Because I'm here for the citizen and I don't answer, well, the city council, we only answer to the voters who voted us in and the citizen. That's what we're here for, and that's what I'm here for, to take care of them. And yes, I want to know about the finances, what's going on with the money, because we want the citizen to be treated fairly. And when I come in, to come in that door, I don't need her escorting me around because she don't have that authority, and you don't either. You did escort me from the front and you took me in the back, but I want to let you know.
Okay, you will address council, or you will not. You will get back up here. Okay.
Okay, I'm here for the citizen, and when I come in, I come to work because that's why I'm hired. And I have citizens that be asking me questions, and they want to know what's going on, and I want to make sure I'm able to do my job. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manuel. We will now move on to our agenda. Please, on our agenda, please disregard departmental reports. Those are given on our our second city council meeting on our fourth Monday of the month. So we will not have departmental reports. We will have those on our July 27th meeting. So we will skip that. We'll go straight to our agenda. Business item number 1, discuss and review update on warrant funds reimbursed to the city. Councilmember Williams.
Something that I asked.
Can you get the microphone on?
Is Lieutenant Whiting here?
I think he's on vacation.
Wasn't he just here?
He's on vacation, though.
He's on vacation.
Okay, because he's supposed to have a report to give about monies to be reimbursed as concerning warrants. Unless you want to discuss that. About the warrants and the reimbursements and how, yes, how much is retrieved, and if you know how much is left that we need to retrieve.
How much is left?
Oh.
After doing my research and everything and looking into everything, there's $9 million. Right at my $9 million.
$1 million?
9 million left.
Almost
9
9
million?
Almost 9.
9 million left to
8 million
collect?
and some odd. Correct. I've collected right at about 100,000, and if the money that is due that I have in payment plans, once that is all collected, then
Okay.
I'll be at right about 180. But that's people that are paying on a monthly basis that we put in a pending status with the regimen I put together to collect the funds. But I needed to know where we were at so I can know
Yes.
what I need to do. And this is what I've done in the past 3 months, because I've only been here 3
Awesome.
months.
Well, thank you.
Councilor Brissett.
So this is in regards to the municipal court and the warrants that we're in debt, $9 million.
That is correct.
You have been able to recover a couple of $100,000 based off you being here for just 3 months.
I'm part-time.
All right, and he's part-time staff. Just thank you for that. Thank you for that clarity.
Questions?
And can you just let us know when you've gotten it all?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for all your hard work.
But I'm-
Councilmember Williams, do you want this back on the agenda for next time?
No, he can just, I'll just have it as an update, so it won't have to be on.
But that does look like if the court is functioning correctly and the municipal court is functioning correctly and operating correctly, we can recover those funds and keep up with our warrants and status.
Absolutely.
Thank-
If we're putting in the work, and of course, more bodies.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so the numbers, you wanted all the numbers exactly, Councilwoman, council members and mayor. So currently outstanding fines and warrant status that I believe one of our colleagues, Officer Holmes was talking about. About $1,830,228.17. Now that, go on. Oh, sorry, excuse me, $8,910,061.22 from what we're talking about here. Monies recovered from March of 2026 to May of 2026 is an amount of about approximately $8,000 that he's recovered so far with this program. And warrants recovery payment plans is up to $160,000 approximately.
Okay.
Of the above issue to juveniles is about $11,809. So that's the warrant recovery program update as of right now. But he's working really hard at it, and we're looking to further expand and help out.
Do you have any idea how we got behind?
So that's going to be a past administrator that wasn't under Chief Wilton White's regime. That was past regimes. As we've seen since Chief Wilton White's been here, he has fixed, reprogrammed almost, and made this department better to what it is right now. So another part of this department, which division, which was the warrant municipals that we have Officer Holmes over right now, is one that he's helped and fixed himself as well. So,
Awesome.
yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions from anybody else, Mayor,
Look
Councilman?
forward to having all the money.
Absolutely.
Now there,
Right on.
there is kind of like a understanding to it. He was explaining to us because this is years and years and years before any of our times are here. But later on, we can discuss that later on. But
Well, thank y'all for the due diligence and for finding it. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations again.
Detective Mendiola, do you know what dates are covered by those warrant amounts, the $9.8 million?
Always Holmes. Her question was, how far do these date back to?
So what I did is just an idea, just to get an idea, because this is not all that's owed to us. But I need to get a logistic of what I'm working with, and try to be able to cram it in a timely manner so that I can get the situation rectified. I believe in, I'm retired Marines, I believe in attention to detail, so I believe in, I need to know what I'm doing, so I need to know how hard I need to address it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So with that being said, I pushed back from 2026 to 2000. That's just 26 years. I didn't even go into the 90s. So of course there's more, but it's going to be probably impossible to retrieve money in the 90s.
Right.
And with that being said, also people could be deceased. Now, mind you, this is all based off of hard copies. I'm working off hard copies, not computers, hard copies, making phone calls and going and making contact with people at their homes. That's how this has been made. So if I have the proper software, the things that I need to get the situation rectified, imagine with more manpower.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Any other
much.
questions?
Thank
Have a
you.
blessed day. Good job, sir.
Thank you, thank you. We will now move on to the next item on our agenda. Discuss and review when the following jobs were approved in the budget or by council: special projects, strategic initiatives coordinator, executive assistant for policy and communication. Councilmember Williams.
So I just wanted to know where these current jobs that were being listed are going to be in the new budget? Or where are they at?
I think he just stepped out. So I guess I can answer that question for you. So, when those jobs were originally posted, that was under Mr. Kilpatrick. The council didn't decide to table those two jobs, so we did not approve them, and those jobs just never got taken down. But those jobs have been posted when Mr. Kilpatrick was here. Council didn't table those actions, and so we just never acted since then.
Okay.
What's the about? Any other questions? Okay. Agenda item number 3, discuss and take action to remove jobs if they were not approved in the budget or by council. Councilmember Williams.
So are we keeping these to go over to the next budget, or are we going to remove them?
So they're currently not jobs that are in the budget. We can take those down tomorrow, really. They're not in the budget currently. We asked council to approve them. We tabled that action. So it's just a matter of what council wants to do. I will say, I'm going to continue to say the community, the city does have a public perception problem. So a communications person would be good. But if that's something that council wants to address in the next budget cycle, I'm open to that. But these jobs were not approved. They're not hired. No one's been interviewed. Nothing. So
I move that we approve item 3, take action to remove jobs if they were not approved in the budget or by the city council. Do I get a second?
I second the motion.
it's been properly moved. It's been properly moved to take action to remove jobs that were not approved in the budget or by council. Is there any unreadiness? My unreadiness is, I just want to state on the record, and can we make sure, Ms. Jeffrey, that this is on the record as well, that, again, that no one has interviewed for these jobs. These jobs are not jobs that are within general administration, and the council had tabled these jobs previously. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Agenda item number 4, discuss, consider taking possible action on establishing a mass gatherings and special event task force. Councilmember Doucette.
Thank you, Mayor. So I placed this item on tonight's agenda because I believe that addressing the mass gatherings is one of our most important public safety issues and quality of life issues facing our community today. And so as our city continues to grow and host more large-scale events, it is our responsibility to ensure that we have a coordinated, proactive approach that protects our residents, support event organizers, and allows our public safety personnel and city staff to effectively carry out their duties. So my intent was to establish a framework that brings together key stakeholders, but after further communication with the mayor regarding the proposal, he offered feedback to some amendments for the items. And so with that in mind, I'm willing to table this item, not because I believe the work should be stopped, but because I believe collaboration amongst the council should be incorporated. And so I will table item number 4 until we're able to meet regarding the amendments to the resolution. But I did place a copy of the resolution created from Attorney Zek in everyone's mailboxes. I don't think no one has had a chance to look at it because no one has it up here right now. So that was created last week from the attorney. I sent to it, and I will send an email copy as well. But I will table this item since no one has been able to look into it. And just for my colleagues up here as well, I have been calling to talk about this resolution before having this meeting today, and I got no response again. So I'll table this item for today.
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. And that's something that me and Mr. Jones have already been getting in those early conversations meeting with. So we definitely loop you in as well to making sure that you're part of that conversation and so we can get that going. I really do want to commend Councilmember Doucette for bringing this item and bringing this item forward. And I am going to be looking to Councilmember Doucette to kind of spearhead this and kind of bringing this and the recommendations to council. So appreciate your work on this and looking forward to what you bring back to council. Agenda item number.
I have some unreadiness.
Sorry. Councilmember James, sorry. Councilmember James, go ahead.
Yes, we did this ordinance.
Your mic is not on.
We had a mass gathering ordinance and a mass gathering committee, and I was on it, and so it's already been established.
So
I don't know why we need to replace it.
So it's not to replace it, but I've been here since May. I've asked me and Chief have plethora of conversations, me, Chief, LT, event organizers and different people. And the reason why it's on the agenda item again is because no one has been able to give me a paper trail of these conversations. And the politics in the situation regarding mass gatherings has been going on for about 2 or 3 years now. And so I've been looking on the city website, I've been communicating with city staff, and no one has been able to print out a piece of paper to give me an actual paper trail of our ordinance and what the rules are. And so if that is available, then I would really appreciate that. But the reason I put this item on the agenda is because, again, no one has been able to give me this information. So.
And Chief, you do have a copy of it. Microphone. Okay, can you make sure he sees the copy?
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And as it relates to the mass gathering task force, we are going to pursue the avenue likely that Councilmember Doucette just stated. But I'm going to get with Mr. Jones and figure out how we're going to get that working group. If we did have a committee in the past, we are going to reestablish that committee and put some new members and some new perspectives on there. But this is likely going to be a working task force, and we've already kind of been getting started those preliminary conversations. So just the beginning of that council's action on it.
And I have one more thing, just for the record as well, just to note that August is next month. The month after that and the 2 months after that is homecoming with the 150th. And I don't believe and not aware if the city has had any conversations with the university regarding safety, regarding those events and those things. And so the longer council sits here to kind of wait for these ordinances, more event promoters and more students, more residents, and people are going to constantly come here and email us every week. I do get an email almost every week from members of our community regarding mass gatherings and what is our proactive plan instead of our reactive plan to it. And it doesn't seem that we have been moving proactively. So again, this is why that agenda item was placed on the agenda for today.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. Councilmember Reed.
Okay, yes, I distinctly remember. There's been lots of conversation, lots of meetings, and lots of collaboration between the producers, the students, the police, Waller County, and how they get involved. So I think the best thing, that if you have developed this now, just do a comparison of the two, what Chief and Colin, all those worked on, and doing this, and we should have one condensed document. That's all I would say.
Councilmember Williams.
Okay, so one thing that I asked that when that task force is put together, if there is a certain area where parties are wanting to be held, individuals that live in that area need to be on that task force. Secondly, I'm going to ask is that we not reinvent the wheel. We're not talking about Boykins property. All the property that has been off limits and was off limit this past year, as far as I'm concerned, are still off limits. So if nothing new, there needs to be a new venue, a new place for them to look at to have parties. Barkins Place is not an option.
Okay, next
If,
one.
if I may.
Councilmember
Just,
Doucette.
just again, to reiterate, the purpose of this conversation is not to be a political conversation, but again, it is a city's responsibility to make sure that all residents have safe work and play environments. So it is our responsibility to find the ways and places that we can support our residents in our community. And so I do want our council and our colleagues to not make this a political thing, but make it a sense of that we want to protect all residents. But again, I do accept your concerns about those. If that is on a document about which properties and that, et cetera, then that's already done. But again, I do want the city and the residents to know that this is an issue with the city council because we're not offering any places for our residents and students to have places there. There's been agenda items regarding parks. There's been agenda items regarding infrastructure in our city, and we have yet to move our city forward in the standpoint when it's time to move our city forward in a safe manner. So again, I do want to ask the council to be open-minded and to make sure this is not a political matter, but again, it's a safety matter within our city.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. Councilmember Reed.
Well, I was just gonna say, I understand everything you're saying and I agree, but also we are not the only ones that have the responsibility to provide something for who are primarily students. The university also has some stake in this game, and they've dropped the ball.
Yeah.
So maybe the city and the university need to have a discussion about this.
Yes.
Thank you, Councilmember Reed. Councilmember Williams.
No, I was just gonna say, let's not make this be a city's responsibility, because with responsibility comes responsibility if something happens. And I'm not, and I don't want to set the city of Prairie View up for anything that's gonna turn out to be negative. So it's not our sole responsibility to make sure that we have anything for, as far as parties are concerned. It's only for us to make sure that it's safe, but not for us to pinpoint.
Mayor.
Hold on just a second. Councilmember Manuel, Councilmember James, you have anything to add? Just a second.
Just that the chief we have these ordinance, we have this mass gathering, and let's look it over. And if we need to tweak anything, I think we should tweak it.
Councilmember Manuel, you good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Attorney Aguero.
I just wanted to know if we were currently discussing something that has been tabled.
There hasn't been,
Yes.
hasn't been voted on the second, and there was no vote. So it's just, we still on the rating this discussion portion of the conversation.
Thank you, Councilman.
We get into discussion and go to the
Well,
next one.
I completely just wasn't ready completely just to finish my discussion on this item again, but just to finish it and close the gap because I'm not going to make us talk in circles. The ordinance was created by a municipal council that we hired to do. Attorney Zek created the ordinance. In this ordinance, it says nowhere nothing about parties, but if a family wanted to have a field day and has 1,000 people, it's a mass gathering and it's going to have those things. So again, I did place this in everyone's mailbox. No one has it in their hand just yet. Also emailed it to the mayor and to special counsel Ghetto so they can review it as well. But again, I'm not going to keep talking about the issue, but it's not a party issue, it's a mass gathering and safety issue. So when homecoming comes around and we just had the homecoming parade and that adds traffic in our city, that's a mass gathering and it's a parade. So those are the issues we're talking about. It's not a party situation, it's a mass gathering situation in our city.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette, and it's something I'm looking forward to working with you on to ensure that we can move forward together as a city. Thank you, Council, for your discussion. Agenda item number 5, discuss and review ordinance on financial accountability and responsibilities in oversight in hiring and firing positions in City Hall operations that the City Council and City Manager have approved. Councilmember James.
Yes, I've talked with JJ and I've talked with some other people, and we have some issues about unauthorized hirings and the budget, and it's increasing the taxpayers' potential taxes. So I want to review the ordinance for financial accountability, and I will have an ordinance prepared at the next City Hall meeting.
Thank you, Councilmember James. Councilors, any other further discussion on this agenda item? Hearing none, we move to the next agenda item. Agenda item number 6, discuss, consider, take possible action to approve a tax collection agreement contract between Waller Independent School District and the city of Prairie View. Mr. Jones, did you want to speak on this? Yeah, or you can use that one right there, that's fine.
Yes, Mayor. This is a contract between Walla SD and the city of Prairie View. It's a collection fee that the Walla SD has proposed. It's been in effect for the city for at least the last 12 years, I'm aware of. And they do a very good job of collecting our taxes that we all citizens pay. So this is just a request to extend the current contract that we have with Walla ISD.
Mayor, I move that we extend the contract, the current contract we have between the Waller Independent School District and the city of Prairie View.
Has been probably moved and seconded that we extend the contract between Waller Independent School District and the city of Prairie View. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. This is agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, and take possible action on approving resolution 260613-1, appointing Mayor Nathan Alexander as a representative to the Houston-Galveston Area Council and Councilmember Jaquavius Doucette as the alternate representatives to the council. Council, basically, during a new election, the HGAC elects, calls for representatives once they have a new administration to call. Most of the time, that person, the representative, is the mayor that serves. So I'm just asking council to approve my appointment to the HGAC to ensure representation. Council, what's your pleasure? Councilmember Williams.
I just want to say that I have no problem with approving you to be representative, but the alternative, I don't think needs to be Mayor Pro Tem. Both mayors shouldn't be on this committee. I think we need to get a council person, and I think Ms. Barber was on it before, and she did a great job.
And
so was Mike.
and I'm also the representative right now for the HGAC representative. So how you gonna remove me and appoint yourself?
So, in theory, the mayor in most cities, it's the mayor who serves as the representative to the HGAC. The fact that former Mayor Leverett chose not to, be that representative, that's his preference. He gave that to you. But typically, it's the mayor. That's mostly that's how it is. The mayor. Our sister cities, it's the mayor. But yeah.
It should end every time there's an election. A new mayor has.
Every time there's it runs concurrent with the mayor.
Selecting who he wants to be on HGAC.
But the city council approves it or not.
Right. City council is going to approve it, but when the new mayor comes in, he has the option to replace the people on HGAC. So again, like I said, I have no problem with the mayor being on it, but I don't think both mayor and Mayor Pro Tem need to be on the committee.
I'm cool with that
Checking
amendment.
with Ms. Barber to see if she still wants to be on it, because I think she did a good job last time.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I would recommend Ms. Barber to be your
I
alternate.
still want to do it.
Be on another committee, Mike, be on another committee. We gotta let a female do something.
Okay, I'm cool with that. So, basically, so we're gonna reword the agenda to appointing myself as a representative to the HGAC and Councilmember Barbara Manuel as the alternative
Wait a minute,
representative.
excuse. Mike, you want to be on it?
Yes,
Well,
I'm on it
just-
now.
Huh?
I'm on it now.
Well, you still, yeah, okay, you on it.
So you don't want to be the alternative representative no more?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
You wanna be the alternative?
That's
No,
only
we
one
can't have
one alternative representative.
So, Ms. Barber, you wanna be the alternative?
I'll be the alternative.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Mike can still be on there.
No, he won't be on
He won't
there.
be on there.
Mike can't, it's only, Nathan has to be on there, he's the mayor.
Do you want to be the
And one of
alternative?
you.
You on enough committees. New mayor, Ron did that when he was mayor. So, Mayor Alexander has the right to change that.
Fine, then.
Do you want to be the alternate?
I'd like to be their alternate.
Yeah, I just,
Okay, so the agenda item will read, discuss, consider, and take possible action on approving the resolution to appoint myself as the representative to the HEAC and Councilmember Barbara Manuel, as the alternative rep. Is there any unreadiness? I mean, is there any further discussion? I need a motion. My bad.
Mayor-
Council, what's your pleasure? Sorry. Councilmember Williams.
I make the motion to approve the mayor as the HGAC representative and Ms. Barber as the alternative.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the mayor and Councilmember Barbara Manuel as the HGAC representatives. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Discuss, consider, and take possible action by removing Councilmember Everett Mike James from the Parks and Recreation Committee. So basically, council, I brought this action before you all because I have received reports from almost multiple people from the Parks and Recreation Committee, beginning since I was sworn in about revamping that committee, as well as the unproductiveness from an individual because they're a council member, feeling like they can control and sway the outcome and control of those meetings. I have tried to work with this council member on more than one occasions to figure out how we can move the city forward, and to no avail. That council member has chosen not to work with me in every which way manner. And so I'm hearing from the members of the committee, hearing from the vice chair of the committee, hearing from people saying that, you know, he's just self-appointing himself as the chair, and anytime that, you know, they try to remove him as the chair, he basically says, I'm a council member, this meeting's illegal.
That is not true.
Councilmember, you don't have the floor. You have opportunity in a second to respond, however you would like to respond. So I have been resulted to, you know, taking this step to come before council to ask, unfortunately, for his removal. I want to say that this is not something that I wanted to do at all. I've actually tried on more than one time, again, to work with him to figure out how we can come together, how we can figure out a path forward. However, again, to no avail, we are here. And at that point, it is unproductive and it's interfering with city business. And this is an important committee that has a pretty good charge and scope, and we trying to move us forward. So when I have people, when I have committee members coming up to me, talking to me, calling me, at all hours of the night because of the actions of a council member who was supposed to be on the committee to be a liaison for the council, not to control things, we must take action. So, council, that is why I ultimately decided to bring this agenda item before the body. Council, what's your pleasure? Councilmember James, did you have something to say?
what, you have anything to say? No, not on that particular board, but I haven't heard any complaints on it, so I don't know where that's coming from.
I mean, the complaints are written, so I'm happy to provide those to council as well, but the complaints are written.
I think the motion, lack of seconds.
There's no motion. We're in discussion.
Says take possible action.
A motion has not been made, sir, so we're in discussion right now.
So he was removed as chairman? Or it was just proposed?
Right, proposed.
Repeat your question?
Was he removed, or was it proposed that he be removed only as chairman?
Yep, so he was removed as the chairman of the committee, and the committee has not met because the committee has not met since then, but he was removed as the chairman of the committee. And basically, the committee fears that anytime that he comes in, there is going to be an unproductiveness. So the committee has not met since that meeting.
Excuse me. Oh, you-
Well, the committee's not removed me as chair, so that's not true.
So
And,
how-
and also, you told me when I did not vote for who you want me to vote for and coming at to me aggressively that you were going to hurt me, and as punishment, you were going to take me off the Parks and Rec because I did not vote the way you wanted me to vote.
That's not
So
true.
this is retaliatory, and that is true.
That's not true, Councilmember. I'm simply listening to the will of the people and answering their call. That's all I can say to that.
Mayor,
Councilmember Williams.
let's move this to executive session and continue with the rest of the meeting.
I'm happy to do that. Council, do I have a motion to do
This will
that?
be at the very last.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I would also like to request the printed documentation of the written complaints so that way council can deliberate in executive session on this item.
Absolutely, we can gather those.
And now I move to take item number 8 into executive session.
It's been probably moved. Is there a second? Second. It's been probably moved and seconded that we table number 8 into executive session. Is there any readiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Number 8 is a table to executive session. We might as well do number 9 as well to executive session.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move to take item 9, discuss and consider take proper action regarding the position of city manager to executive session.
It's been properly moved to move item number 9 to executive session. Is there any is there a second? Councilmember Williams.
I have in readiness.
Councilmember
We
Williams.
have to go into executive session with number 9.
Why? We don't have to go in executive session for number 9. We could just announce it.
We do need to go into executive session about number 9.
Why? We don't need to go into executive
Ma-
session.
Again, that's at the pleasure of the council. It's
Yes.
just
Okay,
my
okay.
understanding that
Do we want to go into executive
Yeah,
session?
let's go.
Or can we just announce
Wait.
it? We should just announce it.
No, we're not. Please do not announce it.
Why are y'all looking at me?
Mayor,
I think we should just announce.
Councilmember
it. We've
Doucette.
already-
I'm-
We've already voted.
Councilmember
for it.
Doucette.
I move that we add number 9 to executive session, discuss, consider, and take possible action regarding the position of city manager.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we move item number 9 to executive session. Is there any unreadiness?
Yes, there is unreadiness.
Okay.
We've already decided who the city manager is going to be.
Your unreadiness has been noted. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Number 9 is moved to executive session. Agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take possible action approving a resolution authorizing Mr. Carl Jones as an authorized signer for contractual basis and the mayor as an authorized signer for solely for emergencies and/or emergency management purposes. Council, this is just more so in alignment for our grant that we have applied for. They just wanted a resolution identifying our contractual signers and emergency management stuff. So that's just in line with that. Council, what's your pleasure?
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
Wait a minute, excuse me. What grant are you talking about?
So we have there's an upcoming grant. I think we're actually gonna be talking about it on here.
Yeah, but it should be specified on here. I don't see anything specifying a grant on here.
So basically, we have to have.
But I need it written on here. I want to
Wait.
see it printed, and it's not on here.
It's not on here.
the
So
item,
The item is, go ahead,
The
Councilmember.
grant is not on here.
the item that for number 10 is not, it doesn't read anything with grant. It's adding Mr. Carl Jones as a second signer.
But it's still supposed to be in reference to a grant.
Well, I don't see anything regarding the word grant.
Yeah, so basically, the reason why I brought up the grant is because when we were going through the process, they basically asked us for a resolution of who our contractual signers were. We did not have that on file like we should have had, so that's why I'm bringing this resolution to the body so we can get that on file with the GLO.
So it's still for the grant.
That is why I'm bringing it before council.
Well, it should be specified on here, but it still should,
It should have already been done, but it hasn't been done.
But-
Attorney Aghetto.
but it still should be.
Attorney Aghetto is recognized.
It still should be.
Attorney Aghetto is recognized.
Who?
Attorney Aghetto.
So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Councilwoman Manuel. But the issue here is that this is a type of document that needs to be on file for good governance, but this was specifically requested by the GLO for the grant. And so when they requested it, they expected that it already existed because it's a standard document that should be in place. But when this resolution is passed, it's not going to specify language related to a grant, because it's going to allow for the appropriate authority for this city to move forward with Mr. Carl Jones doing what he needs to do on a regular basis.
What do you mean on a regular basis?
I mean, to be able to move the city forward on the multi-million-dollar contracts that this council should be discussing right now.
Well, if it's a multi-million grant or whatever, it's still, I want to see it here. If not, then it's other things need to take place.
So let me clarify. The charter gives the city manager authority to do a lot of things that are needed for this city. There are bodies like the GLO that will need to see that in the form of a resolution that they can use as documentation so that when a contract is signed with them, they have legal documents that show the person who signed it had the authority to do so. And we have already given that authority to our city manager in our charter. And so this is just going to be a document that will reflect that for purposes of getting things done for the city.
For the city
Well,
manager?
Correct, but also for the mayor, which is also an authority that he has under the charter.
But I still need to know more clarification. It doesn't matter if it's for the city manager or whoever, I need more clarification. And what you're explaining is not enough clarification, that's what I need.
Okay, what do you need?
More clarification, and what you explain, that's not enough.
You need clarification of what exactly?
This is not enough information.
Thank you, Councilmember Manuel. Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 10? I just want to also point out that we need this to apply for money. So,
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we approve agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take possible action approving resolution number 26-0613-2, authorizing Mr. Carl Jones as an authorized contractual signer and Mayor Nathan G. Alexander III as an authorized signer solely for emergencies and/or emergency management purposes.
It's been properly moved in second. Is there any unreadiness?
Yes,
Councilmember Manuel.
it's not enough information.
Your written readiness has been noted. Any more unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed have the same right. I'm gonna do a roll call vote. Councilmember Manuel.
Nay.
Councilmember Reed. Yes. Councilmember James. Nay. Councilmember Williams. Aye. Councilmember Doucette.
Aye.
You have that? Motion passes 3-2. Agenda item 11, discuss, consider, and take possible action regarding MOU with the Prairie View Economic Development Corporation concerning the payment for placement and the use of temporary structure. So basically, council, I provided you all with an MOU. The EDC also has that MOU. They did approve us to go into to begin those conversations for the shared use of that building. So that's the first step. So that is the MOU. They're going to take that MOU back to the. They're going to take that MOU. They're going to take it back to the EDC. And so yeah. So we're no action. I'm not asking for any action. I just wanted to get that in front of you all. So you all can see that, and hopefully by the 27th meeting, we can take action on that. If there's any revisions or amendments to that MOU, please feel free to reach out and let us know. Any questions, comments, concerns? Cool, we'll continue moving on. Agenda item number 12, discuss, consider, and take possible action approving a resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the Texas Water Development Board, TWDB, for up to $10 million in water supply infrastructure grant funding for the water system infrastructure improvements. So basically, we're just asking council to basically approve us to authorizing the submission of an application for a water supply infrastructure grant. Council, what's your pleasure?
I move that we approve Taking possible action approving a resolution authorizing submission of an application to Texas Water Development Board for up to $10 million in water supply infrastructure and grant funding for water system infrastructure improvement.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the submission of the application to the TWDB. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Agenda item 13, discuss, consider, take possible action on approving a commitment of up to $950,000 in matching funds for the DRP grant application contingent upon an award of grant funding from the Texas General Land GLO. So basically, the GLO just basically wanted us to wanted a minutes to certify that we approved the matching of funds for a grant that we already applied for. So we're just, getting that on paper. Council, what's your pleasure?
So this is basically saying that we will try to match whatever they give us.
Correct. And Jared, if you want to come explain, I appreciate you for being here.
Mayor and Council, this is a grant application that was applied for, I believe, in 2019. And earlier this year, Acting City Manager Kilpatrick was notified that, thank you. So this was a grant application that was applied for, I believe, in 2019. And Acting City Manager Kilpatrick got a letter early in May stating that the city moved on to the next step and they're able to actually formalize an application. At that time, there was a selection of how much funding the city would like, with the understanding that there is a 10% match. So the choices were $8.5 million or $9.5 million. And the funds could be used for water infrastructure or wastewater infrastructure. So with the previous grant from the Texas Water Development Board, the thought was that would significantly cover water infrastructure. So this grant was geared more towards wastewater. And the application was submitted. Part of the application submission is that the city is committing to that 10% match of funds.
That's the one we just tried to get in. We were making a deadline for.
Correct.
Yeah, that was the power team that helped us get over the finish line, correct. Okay. And so basically they reached back out to us asking for some follow-up questions to our application, and we have to provide them, and this is one of the follow-up questions, our task items that we have to take care of. Okay, cool. And
the grant has to tie back to damage or things failing as a result of Hurricane Ike or Dolly, and the fact that there's a significant amount of clay pipe in the city, lift stations. Yeah, it was correct. It can't be new. It can't be used for new infrastructure. It has to be used. Yes. Correct. Correct.
Okay.
any other questions from council? And I was like, can you want to speak on that? Because that was going to be my next question. Can you tell them where them funds are going to come from, JJ?
Currently, we do have bond matching funds to cover this 950, and that's a strategy that cities use. When you try to get bond money, and when you get bond money, you want to use that bond money for leverage, and that's what this is. In other words, we can use 950 to get 10 million, and that's the strategy that most cities use with their bond money, as opposed to taking 950 and only getting 950 worth of value. So again, we do have money in place to make this happen right here.
Thank you, JJ. Any questions from council regarding agenda item number 13?
I have another question.
Sure.
Okay, me, you, and Noam, we're supposed to be having a meeting today.
Councilmember James,
Tell me why we
James,
didn't
this
have the
is, we're not relating to agenda item number 13.
Meeting?
This is not relating to agenda item 13.
Because the mayor canceled it. That's why we didn't have the meeting.
This is not relating to agenda item number 13, relating to the matching of $950,000 in funds. Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 13?
Mayor,
Excuse me.
Councilmember Doucette.
I think Councilmember Mayor, you had
So
something.
why did you cancel the meeting?
Again, this has nothing to do with agenda item number 13.
It does have something to do with it.
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we approve a resolution authorizing submission of an application to the Texas Water Development Board, TWDB, for up to $10,000. 13? All right, this item says,
We're on 13, we're on 13.
oh, well, 13, okay. We had $950,000 in matching funds for the DR. Let me retable it. I move that we approve a commitment of $950,000 in matching funds for the DRRP grant application contingent upon an award of grant funding from the Texas General Land Office, GLO.
Second.
It's been properly moved. It's been properly moved in second. Is there any unreadiness?
Yes, it's some unreadiness.
Councilmember Manuel.
Why did you cancel the meeting?
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Thank you, Jared. Agenda item 14, discussion on lowering the mayor's stipend to $1,000. Councilmember James.
I'm going to move this to the executive session. I'd like to move this to the executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we move it to executive. Actually, no, I would like this conversation out right now. It's about me, so I want it out right now. We can have it right now.
It's been properly seconded, so we need to vote on it.
Attorney Aguero.
What's the question?
They said they would like to talk about this 14 in an executive session, and I'm asking for it to be talked about in public.
Okay, and there was a motion to move it to executive session and a second to move it to executive session?
Correct.
And you're stating that you have unreadiness?
Yes, because this involves me and my stipend, and so I have a right for it to be talked about in an open forum, if I choose for that to be talked about in open forum.
I appreciate where you're coming from, Mr. Mayor. If this issue that has been moved and properly seconded is a live issue, and if the council votes for it to be moved to executive session, that would be their vote. If you want to have discussion on this issue, because that's what normally happens, it's moved, it's seconded, there's open for discussion, and you want to discuss and share at that time, that would be appropriate. And then they would take a vote as to whether it goes into executive session.
Okay.
Mayor, I have a discussion.
Councilmember Doucette.
Just looking at agenda item number 14 and the agenda item that's previous on the agenda, it is clear that this is some retaliatory, or it seems like there is some issues going on within agenda items. The fact that we are a city government, we should be moving our city forward. And right now we've been going back and forth, political drama going back and forth. And when the residents elected us in May, the situation was that we would move the city forward. And on a constant, we have a high 1 week, and the next week we're battling each other up again here up on this dais. So I do want to ask my colleagues, everyone on here as well, we need to start working together to move the city forward. We have one common goal, and that's the city of Prairie View, and we need to be moving that common goal forward. Our agenda item number 14 would not have been placed on this agenda item if a council member didn't have differences with our mayor. We need to figure this out, and I do want to note that if the executive session don't go how it went a few weeks ago, I will be walking out of executive session as well.
Again, I would like to talk about agenda item number 14 in public session. It relates to my salary, my stipend, and basically anytime that I have a right for it to be discussed at open session when it concerns me, or that is the law. So I would like agenda item 14 to be talked about in open session if council wishes to talk anything about that, because when we go to executive session, things get said, and things get interpreted, and things go back into the community that aren't necessarily true. So anything relating to agenda item number 14, I would like to be talked about in open session.
I can state for the record that I don't have much legal advice to give you all on this issue during an executive session. But if there is a legal question for me, I can address and give that advice in executive session.
And there's a motion and a second on the floor.
Motion is to go to the
And
executive
again, As I stated earlier, typically after a motion and a second, there's a call for discussion. And if there's any discussion, you have it, and then you move to voting on the live motion. And so it looks like there is discussion on this motion.
Correct. Yep. So yeah, that's the discussion. Again, I would ask council that any discussion that needs to be taken, happen in open public, so we don't have to worry about interpretations of any one which way.
I would just, another discussion point is that this is more personal, and I would prefer, again, that we talk about this here too than executive session, because then it gets more personal in executive session. And I would prefer to keep executive session for city business, and so that discussion can be had right now. Now, we appreciate that too, but there is a motion and a second on the floor, so I think we'll have to call for the vote.
Can restate the motion? Councilmember James, restate the motion.
The motion is to move this item to executive session.
It's been properly moved. It's been second, and we've had discussion. Is anyone in readiness? All those in favor to move this to executive session, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those in favor, please, you have the same right.
Nay.
Motion dies 4-1.
We all voted to move this to.
He just said nay. Did you not hear him? He just said nay. I said 4-1. Okay. Council, the time is now 7:29. Council will move over in a motion to go into executive session.
I move that we go to executive session.
The time is now 7:29, and can I get a second? It's been probably moved the second that we go into executive session. My only unreadiness is that if, similar to what Councilmember Doucette says, if executive session goes similar to what it did a couple of weeks ago, where we get some personal attacks, I also will be walking out of executive session. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. It's 7:30. Council is convening into executive session.
Sir? No, I'm out of the executive session. Sure.
Nothing but the name Jesus. The time is now 9:38. Council has reconvened from executive session. Mrs. Jeffrey, can you please certify the quorum?
Councilwoman Manuel,
Present.
Councilwoman Reed, Councilman James, Councilwoman Williams, Councilman Doucette,
Present.
and quorum is present.
Thank you. Please have the record reflect that Councilmember Reed is not with us after executive session. Council, we have reconvened from executive session. We will now take action on any, if any action from executive session. Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 8?
No action.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been probably moved and seconded that there is no action on agenda item number 8. Is there any readiness? Alrighty, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. No action was taken on agenda item number 8. Agenda item number 9.
No action.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. No action on agenda item number 9. Where we at? Agenda item number 14. Council, what's your pleasure?
No action.
Is there a second? Motion dies for lack of a second. Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 14?
Table it.
Table or remove it?
Table it.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
It's been properly moved and seconded to table agenda item number 14. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Council report. We will now move on to council reports. Councilor Manuel.
Good afternoon. I thank the citizens for coming out. I thank the citizens that's live and continue to follow us. And if you can come in, it will be greatly appreciated. And we thank God. In Jesus' name, amen.
Councilmember James.
Yes. I like to tell the citizens to please support the Prairie View A&M University. What is it? Their 150th anniversary celebrates institution legacy. There's going to be performance at the Houston Wortham Theater Center, and that's going to be I believe it's going to be during the Prairie View versus TSU game that weekend. So please check the Houston Wortham Theater Center for the Prairie View's performance of Dear Prairie View, where they bring their 150-year legacy to the stage.
Thank you, Councilmember James. Councilmember Williams.
Yes, I just want to tell the residents who were here today, thank you for coming. For those of you that are watching, thank you for coming. And continue to participate in person or online. But most of all, let us know what you think.
Thank you, Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Doucette.
Thank you, Mayor. Today, July 13th, 2026, does mark the anniversary of Miss Sandra Bland's passing, a moment that forever changed our Prairie View community, touched the state of Texas, and sparked conversations across our nation. So although more than a decade after her passing, her name continues to serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of justice, accountability, transparency, and the value of every human life. Sandra Bland was much more than the circumstances that brought national attention to our community. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a young woman with aspirations, convictions, and a passion for speaking her mind. Her life mattered, and her memory continues to inspire dialogue and action centered on civil rights, public trust, mental health awareness, and strengthening the relationship between the communities and those who serve them. So here in Prairie View, Mrs. Bland's legacy is deeply woven into our community's history. Each year, we continue to remember her, to reflect on the progress that she has made, and to recommit ourselves to the work that still lies ahead. Her story reminds us that meaningful changes begin with listening, understanding one another, and having the courage to improve the systems and institutions that serve our community. So as we reflect today, let us also recognize the resilience of the family whose advocacy has helped keep her memory alive and encourage conversations that continue to influence communities across the nation. So on behalf of the Prairie View City Council, we want to extend our thoughts and prayers to the Sandra Bland's family, friends, and all of those who continue to honor her legacy. May we never forget her life, and may we remain steadfast in our commitment to serving our community with integrity, empathy, and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. And now for the mayor's report. I had them a packet printed out, but I'll make sure they're available for the 60 days. I'll spare everyone from reading it. But they are going to be posted online, so you guys can be able to see what council has done within the first 60 days, giving that full comprehensive report. So feel free to peruse that when you can get a chance. But I also just have some updates similar, so I just want to say, so this weekend was a powerful reminder of why working together matters. So as Councilmember Doucette just stated, we celebrate the anniversary today of Sandra Bland's passing. We're reminded of history that continues to call us toward justice, accountability, and meaningful action. Her name and legacy remain deeply connected to Prairie View, and we must continue to work of ensuring that our community is heard, respected, and never forgotten. At the same time, I am looking forward for the City Council to convene this weekend in Houston as we come together for our City Council retreat, creating a space for honest conversations, team building, professional development, and a deeper focus on the work ahead of building Prairie View together. We may not always agree on every issue or every approach, but our responsibility is greater than any one person. When we communicate, collaborate, and remain focused on the people we serve, we can honestly say that we are trying to move Prairie View forward. There is much work ahead of us this week and this past weekend, and the weeks to come is only just the beginning of the progress that requires reflection, commitment, and the willingness of us to work together. So I'm committed to doing that. I will always say that every council meeting that I'm committed to working to build Prairie View forward, and I'm asking members on this dais to join me in that effort. But that's all I have to say. That is the end of my report. If there's nothing else of the council, I ask for an adjournment.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we adjourn our City Council meeting.
It's been properly moved in a second. Is there any readiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. It is 9:46 in the City Council, the City of Prairie View. It is hereby adjourned. Have a good night.